Nigel Farage. Back in 2016, he duped you into putting that cross in the wrong box. That he did. Along with Alexander Boris de Ethel Johnson, Michael Gove, and Jacob Rees-Mogg. He told you that you'd have cheap shoes, cheap food, and wages will go up. Hey, Whitehead, please boot the old like button. And yes, the wages did go up for some categories of work, such as the lorry drivers. But not for everybody, no. And for those companies where the wages did go up because there's a shortage of supply of those particular workers, unfortunately for those companies, they've had to suck up the cost of increased wages without growth. The money wasn't there to pay them. Many of those businesses have actually gone bankrupt now. Now you see, in the UK, any wage growth that you might have seen is, well, it's dissipating now. Now in this article here, in the Reuters, UK pay growth is the weakest since February 2021. An REC survey shows. Britain's jobs market showed more signs of cooling. Now, we just had another survey, come forward saying that growth in the UK has shrunk in the last few months. So this is not good for industry that's paying more money anyway. So they're either going to have to bring people's wages down or fire and rehire, like British Gas did. So pay growth increased at the slowest pace in almost 4 years, according to a survey likely to reinsure the Bank of England as it considers whether to cut borrowing costs again. So the Recruitment and Employment Confederation and the KPMG said on Monday that their measure of growth in starting pay for people hired to permanent roles hit its lowest since February 2021. Now, they told us you're going to be better off because of Brexit. Now, some people say, what about the pandemic? Every other country suffered from the pandemic. Yet they've got growth. Okay, Germany might be struggling a bit at the moment, but as a whole, they've got growth. The EU has more growth than the UK, as a whole. The UK has pretty much cut itself off its marketplace, from its main marketplace. And many sectors in the UK can no longer afford to trade. It's not worth the candle, they say. And the same in the EU. They say, well, there's no point in exporting to the UK now. That don't just hit, obviously, exporters in the EU, but also export those who receive those goods and try to sell those goods in the UK. Or service sectors, such as plumbers that rely on imported goods, such as a boiler, for instance. It's not helpful. No. It's very difficult for the country to function. And then you have medication, etc., etc. It goes on, the list goes on. The UK has been put in a stranglehold because of Brexit. Now, last week, the Bank of England Governor, Andrew Bailey, said that the central bank could become a bit more activist and move more aggressively to cut the rates. And that's because they're saying that the actual pay growth is low. Now, you might remember that Andrew Bailey was trying to appeal to businesses not to increase wages because that could fuel inflation. I think that was a load of bollocks, quite frankly, but there you go. I think what fuels inflation is too much money going in the wrong hands because it doesn't enter the actual circulation in the country. It doesn't get spent, it just sits there in a flipping bank somewhere, probably in the Cayman Islands. So the central bank's chief economist, Hu Pill, struck a more cautious tone on Friday, saying he preferred a gradual approach. So there's a possibility we might see more cuts regarding the interest rate, but we'll see. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the wage growth is low. It's stagnated. Now, it's not surprising when you see that the UK's overall growth to the GDP has also stagnated. it's understandable that wage growth is going to stagnate. Anyway, they're correlated. So it's bound to happen. Now, the way I see it is, if you want to get money into the country, we need to try and encourage those with the money to spend it. Get more VAT or tax take that way. Get some more money in the system and improve public services, etc. Maybe help new starts, new businesses get up on their feet. Like Kamala Harris is suggesting, what was that, 35 grand or 50 grand or whatever it is, dollars, if she becomes the President of the United States, which, the more new starts you have, those new starts, you see, they could be the next, I don't know, the next Tesla or whatever. As long as they got Elon Musk there, that'll be fine, We need more money spent. You've got to spend money to make money, as simple as that, really. Anyway, what do you reckon? Please leave it in the comments down below. And if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee. And, or maybe dog food for the dogs. I don't know. But also we're doing a rewilding here in France, and it's really for the habitats, animal habitats, what have you. But we're planting loads of trees. We're planting about 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land that we have here in France. Now you can help with that project. There's a link down below. If you follow that link, make a small donation. We'll plant a tree on your behalf, and I'll put a sign with the tree. It could be a memory of a loved one on there, or it could be a pet or whatever, But also it could be a present, maybe for Christmas, or birthday. Where it's quite difficult these days in the UK. Especially if you've got to send a present abroad, it might be something that, these people, your friends or family or whoever, they might be interested in environmental issues. They might be quite happy to have their own tree, So anyway, links down below. But anyway, tell us what you think. Please comment down below and please boot the old like button. Helps channel, But also helps get the word out. Toodaloo.